Hey, so there's been a bit of interest in my video where I showed off the physical staging button I'd made for Kerbal Space Program. So I just wanted to have a quick run through what I actually used to make that. So starting on the hardware side, I have a RTK GPIO, that's by Ryan Tech, and it's essentially an I/O header like you'd find on a Raspberry Pi, but with a USB connection so you can use it with your computer. It's good for prototyping out expansion boards for Raspberry Pi, but also just really useful for just quick and easy I/O for your computer. Connected to that I have a Pi cobbler board from Adafruit, and that's just simply a little breakout so I can connect to the individual connections on the I/O header easier, so it just plugs straight into this breadboard. Finally, on the end of all that I have a little push button, nice and simple, and just a little LED I can flash. Now on the software side I'm using the RTK GPIO Python library just for talking to that board obviously. And combining that with the KRPC mod for Kerbal Space Program, I just have a little Python script I wrote that sits between the two and talks back and forth between them. The KRPC mod exposes all of the internal Kerbal Space Program API to any scripts that want to use it. So you can control the ships, you can draw extra things on the screen, all that sort of thing, just directly from a script outside of Kerbal Space Program. My Python script itself is a fair bit more complex than it actually needs to be for this because it's based on some more general purpose code I wrote that will let me expand it much easier in future. But the important things are that I can check the status of the button by calling gpio.input, and when I detect it's been changed I just call control.activate next stage on the vessel on the KRPC side of things. And that is literally how simple this whole thing is. It is the easiest of easy proof of concepts. I'll put a link to the full script in the description if you're interested, but bear in mind you will need the same setup as me if you want to be able to use it. I am intending to build this up into a proper control panel for Kerbal Space Program, so if that's something interesting let me know. Keep an eye out for new videos obviously. If you have any more questions about my setup feel free to ask either down below or on Twitter at Kemp. But for now I hope this has been interesting for you in some way, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.